Husband went black. Now he never wants to go back. My husband and I have a nanny who's 21 years old. We hired our nanny over a year ago when I was pregnant with our baby girl while I had a 2-year-old toddler at the time as well and couldn't do much. My husband couldn't be with me all the time due to his work, so a nanny was much needed. She is amazing with our girls. She has helped me so much during the last few months of my pregnancy, especially postpartum. None of my friends were pregnant yet, so they couldn't always help me, and I didn't have a mom, nor was I close to my mother-in-law. I didn't have anyone to confide in like that. Our nanny has so much experience and was so amazing to me. She made amazing soups and stews from her culture that were made to help pregnant women. It was amazing. She would make my toddler have quiet time, which was even more amazing. She is always on time, she's very clean, an amazing cook, really fun with the girls, and a good teacher as well. Our nanny and my husband only met once, and that was during our Zoom meeting, and they have never met after that. Since she gets here after my husband leaves and she leaves before he comes back, they've never crossed paths before. 3 weeks ago my husband and I got really sick, and so my husband stayed home from work. Due to how sick I was, I forgot to relay this information to our nanny. Our baby has been extremely clingy the past few months and will cry if left alone. I usually bring her in the bathroom with me, but the bathroom downstairs is much smaller, so our nanny can't do that as comfortably. She decided to just start using the bathroom with the door cracked open and would give our baby a toy outside, so she's not tempted to come in but can still see her. I'm aware of this and am fine with it since it's only us girls home. While my husband was home, unbeknownst to her, she went to use the bathroom with the door open and my husband saw her. She completely freaked out and apologized profusely. She was wearing a romper, so she was almost completely undressed when he saw her. I had no issue and apologized to her that I forgot to let her know my husband was home. Everything was fine, but I sensed she was extremely uncomfortable, which I kept apologizing for. The next few days my husband started going to work late and coming home early, to which there would be more interactions between him and the nanny. When I hired our nanny, one of the things she told me was that she wasn't comfortable with adult men in the house, which was not a problem since our arrangement didn't allow it. It's not that she hates men or has some sort of trauma with working with men. It has just proven to be inconvenient for her. And I have seen texts and heard recordings she has from when she worked with men in houses. Her experience ranges from the extremely overpaying customer to her being asked to help with something in their bedroom to sending her unsolicited pictures. She made her rule at 17 years old. There are also cases where wives accused her of wanting their husbands due to her making small talk, so it has just been easier for her to not be around men when working. She's not uncomfortable or intimidated, but she just prefers not to. When he would see her, he kept trying to make personal conversations, which our nanny redirected to the girls. Last week, she spoke with me and reminded me of the agreement we had, which was no adult men in the house, and that she was uncomfortable. I completely understood where she was coming from. I spoke with my husband and he apologized to her and me. The next day he went to work normally, then 2 days later he told me he had to work from home since his office was getting worked on. We talked to our nanny and my husband told us that he would stay upstairs the whole time, which worked for the rest of last week. On Monday he accidentally forgot his coffee and went to get it while our nanny was there. He was asking her personal questions. He asked her how was her weekend, which she responded good, and then he had the nerve to ask her if she had seen her boyfriend. She responded no and that she didn't have one. He went on to ask her what type of men she was into. I went downstairs quickly to stop it and apologized to our nanny. When we got upstairs I yelled at him for talking to her like that and reminded him what he agreed to do, and that was to stay away from her. I noticed he was monitoring the nanny cam a lot and he told me he was just checking in on the girls. 2 days ago I had a really bad stomach ache because I'm lactose intolerant and my husband accidentally put whole milk in both of our coffees. I asked him to go end the day with the nanny and lock up the door after her. Unbeknownst to me, he started asking her what type of men she was into again and was telling her how he had dated black women before and was into them. Our nanny is black, and equally problematic. I'm not. He also jokingly grabbed her shoulders to pick her up and move her aside to get to the fridge. Why he didn't say excuse me is beyond me right now. Last night our nanny tried calling me, but I was sleeping because I took some medicine for my stomach. I woke up today to see a text from her that she was quitting because she didn't feel comfortable coming to the house anymore. I texted and called her and she hasn't picked up. I'm beyond angry at my husband and took some time to calm down, but really I can't. I don't think I can replace her and truly I don't want to. I don't want to start this all over again. We know each other so well, we have inside jokes, and we have memories that I can't recreate. She is someone I have felt comfortable enough to confide in with everything. She has been with me throughout special moments with the kids and even for me. I'm not upset with her at all and completely understand she may be shaken up by yesterday, so I've accepted giving her some space. I just really wasn't prepared for this. Today our nanny reached out to me and apologized for quitting so abruptly. But I told her she didn't need to apologize at all because I messed up. We talked a bit and I asked if we could meet and she was more than happy to. I told her about the new information I got in terms of divorcing. I will be reaching out to several lawyers. I paid her 8 weeks severance as per our contract and she gave me back half to keep in secret from my husband. She won't have a problem finding jobs as people are constantly trying to poach her. She also speaks several languages, one being French, and families here are looking for that. She wants to still help with the kids, but we are trying to figure out how that will work. We are staying in contact without my husband knowing, and he's going to the office on Tuesday. I don't really want to fight with him about his crush since he's so adamant that he was just trying to make conversation.